We're doing it. All right. We are live with Stephanie Blair, CEO of the Academy for High Level. And Stephanie is also co-owner at Extendly. And Extendly brings a suite of services for high level users. And the Academy for High Level is one of them, which is basically a cutting edge certification program for people who want to learn high level. And we love high level, but some of the trainings are, we may not have as many trainings as we would like. And the Academy for High Level and Extendly are doing a great job there. We as RepStack, we use it to certify all our associates as well. And we love it, right? So it's a great service. It's it gives you, you want to do more with your high level, you got to train, and you got a certification platform right now. So without any further ado, Stephanie, you want to briefly describe who you are and what you guys do?
Yeah, for sure. So I'm Stephanie. I'm 22 years old, and I actually started working with my mom at 19 in HighLevel because I was going to school in Winona, Minnesota, and for business. And as everybody knows, like in 2020, especially March 2020, COVID hit everywhere. Everything shut down. So we got like sent home for spring break and were told not to come back after that. And so I was at home with my family, and we were all quarantining, obviously. And my mom was still working from home, running her little high-level white label agency for coaches and consultants. And she was like, "Hey, I'll give you some cash if you can just do some work for me, clean up my tags, teach some people some stuff." And so I started doing that, and I actually fell in love with it. And I've always been a natural born teacher. I've always been the kid that was helping other kids in
Nice.
explaining it in different ways, kind of thing. And I don't know, I just got really good at it. My brain, it was just a weird random skill I never really realized I had, and could apply it really well in this situation. So like you mentioned, there isn't a ton of training for high level out there other than like some YouTube videos that are mostly outdated and things like that. And because the team's so busy actually developing the thing, right?
Yeah.
And which they're doing an amazing job at. It's hard to keep up with them.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to, we realized that our white label clients were, the system doesn't work, or they were hiring people that didn't really know what they were doing, or we were hiring people that didn't really know what they were doing. And there was no way to kind of vet people and their skills without already paying them and then not hearing from them for 2 weeks, or paying them and it's not what you thought you were going to get. And, everybody loses at that point. The client, the VA loses the job. We lose a client because the software doesn't work. So on and so forth. And so I was like, hey, I'm doing open office hours 3 times a week with our clients. I'm constantly meeting with them. I have a brain that loves organization and making things pretty and all of that stuff.
Nice.
I've always been that way. And so I was like, I'm just going to I have like 100 videos of overall, like I'll just put them together and then throw a little quiz at the end.
Yeah.
And that turned into this 3-level training program.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of blew up a little bit. And then it's like, oh, other high levelers need this. The whole community needs this. And I couldn't do it anymore by myself. It was just me working on it and updating it and doing the workbooks and all of that. And then that's when Beyond and Extendly, with all of their team and all of the amazing resources they have, he reached out and was like, hey, can I buy it? And I was like, no, but we can partner, which I was like, I'm very proud of myself for.
Nice.
And that was December of last year. So the beginning of this year, we officially launched, and we have over 700 members in the course now, and counting. And we're we've launched the white label version for agencies to use with their clients, and it's been amazing. We have a whole team behind stuff, and we're just adding more, and I could not be happier with where we're at. So,
Wow, I
yeah,
love it. What a great
in a
story. And
nutshell, I
all
guess.
of this stuff accomplished at 22 years old.
Thank you.
Yeah, incredible. What a great story. So let me ask you this, like what from going to studying school and just coming in and working
Hmm.
for yourself, like was this something that you were thinking out early on that you're going to be working for yourself that this early on? Because most people want to get a job and
Yeah,
and then like people like me, like get a little stabilized and then slowly baby steps.
right.
But what's the difference over here? Because most people we talk to are usually in their 30s and their 40s.
I mean, yeah, my mom was 55 when she quit her job and started the agency cultivating sales that we're still running. And she got the SaaSpreneur award from HighLevel for it, and she's done an amazing job, and I've had been very grateful to learn from her. And I owe her a lot for that. But it's I like my mom would answer immediately with the stories of when I was a kid. I would get up on like the fireplace mantle and be like, if you let me go to Paige's house, I'll clean the windows for a week and you won't have to feed me dinner. And I would market to them and pitch them why it was like good for them to let me go hang out with so and so.
Hmm.
And like I was a little Girl Scout selling cookies and the whole nine. So I've always, and I've told my mom this too, I was like, I've always known that I would be running a company of some sort. I just never pictured myself kind of like going up a ladder of some sort. Like I just
Yeah.
was like, oh, I'll just be there kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's always where I imagined myself. But if you had told me in high school that I was going to drop out of college after a year
Hmm.
and during a pandemic and start my own thing, I probably would have had a panic attack on the spot.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I think
I don't know, it just feels
that's a
right.
great
And
that's a
I,
great answer because
yeah.
we don't know, right? When we're going to school and I had a similar belief that I'll be running a company myself one day,
Mhm.
but it took a lot of falling down and getting up and doing it again and keep trying it and all of that stuff.
Yeah, I owe
um,
it to my mom because she has supported me and been my biggest cheerleader along
hmm,
the way. Like, honestly, like blowing smoke up me, like the whole thing. Like,
yeah,
I would be like, you
I
don't have,
think that's the missing link there. If you're gonna
yeah.
do this early on, you're gonna have to just like in when we talk about business terms, we wanna this lingo that you wanna surround yourself with the right type of people, blah blah blah. And early on, like if that's the goal, and you have the right type of people around you, the success ratio would be higher. Like you were able to build
Yeah.
out this amazing system that we're gonna talk about.
And she would be like, "Oh, I like that's such a good idea," and she would always root for like just like the way my mind works as a consumer, and maybe it's the Gen Z in me as well. Definitely, as that's got a real big point to it.
Yeah.
But she really encouraged me to like I do know things. I do have I may not know every term right off the bat or whatever, but um I still have thoughts that matter. It sounds silly, but
That's
it's
exciting.
true, and it made me confident enough to get on those town halls and ask questions. And um
How big of a team are you managing on a day-to-day basis now?
well, Extendly just promoted me to the head of like the whole knowledge base stuff now too, because with the education it makes sense, the updates. So 1, 2, 3, I would say five or six now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
A-
it's
And
and
all
I
of them report directly to you and
pretty much.
Awesome. And how is that team spread out? What kind of work are you guys doing on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah, it's a good question because right now I was telling the team I was like I feel like a waiter with the plates and like, but like once I stabilized, the biggest thing is Notion. Like my whole brain is in Notion. I have a task list and it goes to Slack every time something's updated, so I always know when people are working on things. And just like SOP the crap out of everything,
Hmm.
document the crap out of everything, and obviously, um, the other like team kind of leads and the other departments kind of laugh at me because my Notion, like it's so organized, and they're like, "You're such the academy. Like this just makes sense with like it's just on brand." So um, everything's like just like crazy organized in there.
Yeah,
Um,
I've seen it. It's beautiful, really well organized. Did what's it? Is it built out of high level as well?
yeah, the entire training itself is built in HighLevel. The only uh, webhook we have is to the certification like software that we use. We use Certifier for
Okay,
that, because they send like online like digital copies and you can verify it and post it on LinkedIn and like
nice,
print it, the whole thing. Um, so that we that's the only thing we use outside of HighLevel at the moment. But we're still
nice.
reading through exams and giving feedback. Um, same old there.
So you guys actually go through all the exam questions. It's not an automated software behind the scenes where you actually go
It's a
through the
definitely a
grading.
hybrid of both. So like level one has just a multiple choice question quiz. So it's like 20 multiple choice questions. And then level 2 and 3 both have a multiple choice exam and a long answer exam. So you do like the multiple choice section, and then there's actually a survey with custom fields that we've created with long answer text boxes. And so it all goes in your contact record, and we send an email
Nice,
to ourselves, and we fill out a form to grade it and send it back to the system, and it tracks all of that.
nice,
Um, it's kind of nuts on the back end, but it's a system for sure. But yeah, pretty much the only manual tasks we're doing are updates, answering questions in the comments and messages, and grading those long answer exams. Everything else, all the automation of nudging every week and sending progress updates, and everything else is
So
automated.
that's amazing. Like that's a lot of value that someone can get out of this software. So maybe like, do you want to just quickly explain like who is the ideal person going through these certifications? Because we know so many agency owners who are running 100% on high level. So and obviously there's a service on Extendly side where they can come in and get the support as well, but the trainings then, like who is it really built out for? Like what's your ideal client or person getting certified?
Yeah. Um, Overall, anybody that wants to learn HighLevel better. Um, that would be like the overall arching point. Anybody that is using HighLevel or wants to learn how to use HighLevel. It doesn't matter if you already have some experience or you're brand new to it. There's always something that you can learn, and we've heard from dozens of the students. And like I said, we're over 700 last time I checked. And so anybody, we've heard from a lot of those people that they've also learned something or just a different way of thinking about something that you haven't thought about. I'm always learning from reading the long answer exams because things update every day,
Hmm.
right? So what may be not capable one day is capable the next day, and now
And
those
that
answers.
would be my next question: for training to be valid all the time and be like, the center of, like if Extendly at this point is, and you guys are the go-to platform to learn, and thanks for the special offer.
Yeah.
So everyone can see what this is all about and at least get your level one course done. So we got this promo code level one, and plug it in, and you can get the link. Can we get the link up, Fatma, in a little bit as well? And so yeah, so for you guys to be relevant, I know high level is changing constantly. So what's the process there? Like, are the trainings up to date, or what can I expect there?
Yeah. So right now we're also creating our white label academy, which is for agencies to use, and that's the most updated courses that we have at the moment. But it's the same kind of format, so they're inevitably going to be kind of the same anyway. So we are always updating that content, and that's also back like with your team question. Two of our team members are just going to be working on updates. One is just videos, like lesson videos, and another one is Esther and Patricia. These are all new people to me as well, so I'm like making sure I got everybody's names right.
Nice. We like a growing team.
And so Esther is in charge of actually like going and writing all the updates, and she'll be writing the blog posts that go out on our updates page, and that goes to the blogs that you can subscribe to, and that's all through HighLevel as well. And yeah, so it's a whole team.
And then
That's not
also
what I
for
gotta do by myself anymore.
Yeah, no, I think that's great, and that's what's needed. You need, like, for trainings to be relevant, they need to be up to date, and that's why we've decided to, invest in the GHL Academy trainings and the certification program. So it's really important. Our associates, anyone going on to a new account, is now going to be certified by Extendly, and I'm really proud of that. And and working with Stephanie to kind of make sure that this is available to our people, because we understand that like, it's one thing that you can say that, yeah, I can do all of this stuff. It's another thing going through this course, and 3-level course. And on the 3rd level, I'm guessing we're learning about creating the white label accounts and all the
Yeah, that it's level 1 is your introduction. So the whole point of the 3 levels is you're getting deeper and deeper and deeper. And so level 1 is kind of your speed dating, the most important features. So you can finish level 1 in a day, easy, even a couple hours if you wanted. And you get a bunch of workbooks, you get a snapshot with different templates, and the quick start snapshot as well from Extendly is in there.
Nice.
And so you get a bunch of resources to work from, Facebook groups, the whole thing. And the point is to get familiar with what those main features are. And then the quiz there, level 2 is let's dive deeper into that. You're familiar, you know your way around. So let's add on to with conversations and dive into the different payment tabs and the workflows and what workflow actions versus triggers.
Nice.
We have a workflow guide with every single trigger, every action, every if else step, wait step listed out, what it does, tips, and an example of how to use it. We're always coming up with more workbooks as well. Those are my favorite things to make out of everything. And then so yeah, we're diving deeper, going more into reporting and the different builders, the website builder, connecting domains. So just like expanding upon those core features and the other features in the system. And then level 3 is what our support team, because we also put all of our support people through, is the brick to the face, which was the biggest compliment to me, because that's the point of the certification, right? And that's where you're actually learning how to build an appointment or a lead magnet, a event process, because it doesn't matter what industry you're in, an appointment is an appointment. A lead magnet is a lead magnet at the end of the day. So learning these base projects make any client request or team request so much easier, because you're not focusing on the whole, like every tiny thing. You're going, oh, that's a lead magnet leading to an appointment. And then with these little embellishments and bells and whistles and branding and wording on it, right? It may tweak a little bit, but then you're just kind
So
of
you're able to cut to the chase and
exactly.
get to
It's
the
so
meat
much
and
less
potato.
intimidating.
I love it. I
And
love
then you actually have 10 application challenges, and but with those bases, we're going through step by step, and you have build guides that are a workbook that step by step as well. So depending on how you learn best, there's usually a resource for it.
it.
And then those application challenges are where I'm throwing you in the ocean without life floaties, but I'm standing there. Is how I best explain it.
I think that alone right there for you is really great because not a lot of people offer those. Like I know in HighLevel it doesn't exist anyways,
Mhm.
but even on other platforms it's really hard to get to that level. So kudos to you for what you've built
You.
out here. I'm really really excited. I'm just talking to you. I'm just getting ideas about all the certifications and things like that
Right?
that my teams and RepStack people are going to be doing here.
Yeah.
So before we end this, I want to just quickly dive into seeing what the future holds for you guys. Where you think you're taking this organization, and but just kind of want to see what the plans for the academy and Extendly
Yeah.
are in the future.
Well, for Extendly, no one knows what's going through Beyond's head. Even Beyond sometimes, I think. Like I always say he's building the Avengers of HighLevel because he's bringing like the best of the best people and letting them do what they do, but coming up with ways to partner. And so like I'm not doing everything myself. I'm working on what I do best, and that's going to make what we produce even better.
Hmm.
And so I really admire what he's creating and the environment and the team he's created there. So I can't wait to see what else and who else he adds to it because it's changing all the time. But in terms of the academy, definitely the white label. So we're focusing really hard on the white label academy, which, like I said, is for agencies to use with their clients. So the levels 1, 2, and 3 are great when you are familiar with HighLevel and you can learn about HighLevel and you want to learn all that technical stuff.
Hmm.
But for those agencies clients, they don't want to break that white label barrier. They don't want to talk about HighLevel.
Hmm.
So we're creating courses around that and kind of working with the knowledge base team and really kind of meshing together Extendly's resources and the academy's resources a lot more moving forward, especially with me being, and that's also why I'm heading the whole knowledge base education side of the team now too, because it makes the most sense as we're already focusing on the updates and the education. And so you can expect just like Extendly's education resources to be better and better over time, and the white label academy just like focusing on why a feature matters and why it
Hmm.
benefits the client.
Instead of going through the branding of HighLevel and things like that.
Right, not
And
necessarily
then
like
also on the client side, if you guys are giving out these trainings, and a lot of the agencies are going to be doing this stuff for them anyways, they only need to train on a certain aspect, very low level aspect. So
right,
as a client, they can go in and
right,
train their sales teams maybe and things like that, right?
right.
So
So an example is like the two-way chat widget. Why does it matter to you? Why should you even care about
mm,
using it in your business? Because
mm,
XYZ. How do you implement it? Okay, now you go here, but it's not as click here, this does this definition. You still get all the same workbooks and all of that
mm.
stuff, but um, definitely more focused on the end user and the benefit of it.
Love it, love it. I think is a great direction. You guys are already really like a match made in heaven with the Extendly services and the stuff that you're doing on the training side, because you know anyone would either need both, like sometimes us and our clients, and
Mm-hmm.
sometimes if they can't go with the support services, at least they can go in and learn themselves and do it themselves till they
Right.
can afford the support services. So you got service levels so that people are not
Mm-hmm.
out there trying to figure it out themselves. I think it's such a great service.
Thank you.
Let's put up those links again. Stephanie, I
It's
really
like
appreciate
with
it.
the level one, you can get it for $27 right now. The GHLacademy.com, and like I said too, you can finish it in a day. So it's not a huge time or money investment at the moment. Usually it's $2.99, so it's a pretty big chunk off. And even if
Yeah,
you sign up now and you want to use it later, you have the ability to add users and other team members in there as
that's a
well.
great deal, guys, because for all the 3 level courses, the access that we have, we're on a monthly plan with the academy, and this is a steal of a deal. Check it out because very easy how Stephanie and her team has set this up. It's just a natural no-brainer, and they cut to the chase, like what we were talking about today.
And it's all to help actually like the rep stack team be better at what they do and produce better for all of your guys' clients too. So it's a win-win across the board. That's why we love doing it.
Yeah, yeah, no, for sure. I think on our side, we're on a mission to just get everyone certified, entire, about 250 plus people. It's going to take us some time, but we're going to get there, one certification at a time. But but this is great. I'm so excited. It was a great conversation.
You as
Thanks for
well.
taking out the time,
Thank
Stephanie.
you. Thank you for having
Great
me.
talking to you.
Thanks.